Howdy folks, for me this is a Tuesday morning shave, and soap of the day, Crown King. This is for the Shavette World Facebook group, Han Polo. This is the Crown King line, and that's what the soap looks like. You can push your finger in, but it's still pretty firm soap. I've already scraped some of it out and put it in a bowl, and it's very pliable. It didn't take a whole lot to scrape some out. Once again, that's the Crown King line there. And matching aftershave. If you're looking for the, he has a new label, in other words, that's what I'm trying to say. It's too early, isn't it? Yeah, alright, here's the alum block complete with rubber band. Got my Humphreys witch hazel. Hot towel to the face. Bloom water. Ever Ready Badger Knot from Strike Gold Shave. Got it whipped up in my handy dandy bowl here. And this will be the third shave, fourth overall, but this will be the third one in a row with my Gold $1.66 from Strike Gold Shave. And I think my stropping skills have improved just a little bit. It seems like the shaves are going okay. I'm going to go ahead and wet the face here, and we'll get started. I'm going to try something different here. Not to have the water running. I've got a bowl. And that's where I'm getting my water from. And I'm taking a cue from John Romanoff, and I have a towel folded up in front of me. Now I normally would wipe my hands on anyway, and that's what I'm going to use for my straight razor to take the soap off the razor. That is one thing, if you are interested in using a Shavette, or if you're interested in using a straight razor, something probably from Captain Obvious, you don't have to worry about it clogging up on you. I don't know for sure how. I know sometimes, especially early on in my videos, I can get pretty focused, and it might get a little quiet. Needless to say, I'm not interested in getting a cut. And I don't edit my videos, so if there is one, you'll get to see it. I feel like it's best to do it that way, because cuts happen, and especially you're talking on video, and you're not exactly 100% focused on what's going on if you're busy yakking. And I'll go with a 2-pass shave today. Oh, and I should say that in case if my shave does not go as planned, I do have my gym contour. It's the push button style there. Then this is the first one. There's 2 of them. I think this is the first one. And I also found my Dorco blades. I ordered them from Dorco, but when you get them, they're going to say Pace on there. And anyhow, I'll talk about that here in a little bit. Anyway, we'll get started with the pass, number 1. And I guess I should say also, I primarily shave with Shavettes, but I'm all over the map with everything else I enjoy, shaving with. But some of what I learned with the Shavette will translate over to the straight razor, or it could be vice versa depending on your situation. And there's definitely a couple of things that come over, is learning the angle along with the pressure, and as well as stretching Stretching is going to be darn important, especially if you got skin like mine. Yeah, my stropping skills have improved quite a bit. Because I can remember in the past, the shave like this would, fourth one, yeah, I'd be pulling pretty bad. And it's not doing that at all. For me, I have some folds, creases, whatever you want to call them, right through here on my neck. And I have found that for me, the best way to remediate that problem is to have my blade come at a slight angle, not a, don't come in at 90 degrees. At least for me, from time to time, it doesn't work well. I'll end up catching myself on it. Yes, it definitely, when I first started, and I would only, oh, how can you say, I would only shave every so often with a straight razor, just like I do now. But stropping skills definitely have improved, because that was one of my hindrance. I was rolling the edge. It takes practice. I think what I'll do on it seems to work better, especially with a blade of this size. Some of this I'll come across the grain, a little bit of it. Seems to work better for me when I do that. When it comes to straight razors, I have not shaved with anything else just yet, um, other than a gold dollar. So, does it shave better than a one that's more expensive? Couldn't tell you. But I can tell you, if your stropping skills will get to the point where you can not roll the edge, uh, I don't feel that it's much different than when I'm shaving with a feather Shavette with a feather blade in it. At least that's my experience. The I guess you might say the one of my problems with shaving problems, if you will, shaving with a straight razor is I don't do it on a regular basis, so I do have a tendency to focus. And here recently, I've been trying to make it to some live videos, and on YouTube, and on your live videos, and Facebook also, I should say, because I have a habit of doing the same thing. It's a video, and if you've looked at live event on YouTube or on video when it's actually, in other words, catch it live. Um, for me, I have gotten, I guess you might say, used to, accustomed to all the stuff going on the sides of the video, and I have a strong tendency to focus on the video and ignore everything else going on. So the chat going on, it's just over the years, I just got myself trained where I ignore everything else and I'm focused on the video. So if there's family around and I'm watching TV, you know how it is. You're focused on the TV, block out all the noise. So on a live video, I have to retrain myself a little bit to look over what's going on the side, and sometimes if somebody's trying to talk to me, I may not notice it because I'm watching the video. Same thing with the wet shavers roundup and whatnot. That's just the way I am. I can get pretty focused. So on occasion, when I first started, some of my videos were a little bit on the quiet side. That still looks pretty good. I say it looks pretty good. This soap is pretty slick. I am getting better with the straight razor. Not quite as nervous as I thought I would be. I think it helps to get 2 or 3 shaves with it before I get on a video. Because like I said, I don't shave with it all that often. Which that might change now with, since my stropping skills have gotten better. I have 4 straight razors and all of them gold dollar. No, not all of them. 2 of them are gold dollars and 2 of them are the ZYs. I would have to say I'm kind of anxious to, and I understand with it being stainless steel, that it might be a little bit difficult to hone, and that I have not attempted. I think, what is that, a W59? The new one that looks like a custom. The kind of looks like it'll take your ear off. I kind of like to try that one. It's kind of one of those things where you just got to try it. If you're interested in one of these, I just feel compelled, yeah, I got to try it. Got to see if it's for me. It just looks like fun. I do get a little concerned about the about the fact that that point looks like it could cause you great harm. But I think my experience with the Shavette and some with the straight razor, that I would that'll be okay. I think it's a learning experience the way I look at it. Not, how you say, determined enough to learn how to use it without cutting my ear off. If the soap wasn't slick enough, this may not be a comfortable part, but I have had, this is like no problems doing that with this soap. Nice and smooth. I'm just, for me, I'm just really happy that things are getting a lot better with my straight razor shaving, especially with the stropping. I know yesterday when I tried it, it's like, wow, finally getting there, because the edge felt good. Because I know before it's like I start and say, I can't finish this. I usually have a razor ready to go in case something doesn't go well, even with the Shavette. And right now, I wanted to use a single edge. This one here didn't go quite right, but I've got a slant razor over here. With the crystal blade ready to go. But that's usually what I'd use with a Shavette if I ran into trouble. It is an adjustment, in case you're wondering. Uh, with a Shavette, depending whether you're using one that takes a DE blade, or if you're looking at using one with a feather blade, or even a Dovo. Dovo's they got some blades that are longer, and excuse me, that the length of this blade is a little bit of a challenge to get used to. And for me, since I use my dominant right hand, this part of the shave can be a bit of a challenge. Uh, my across the grain stroke, especially in this area, is not the easiest for me to do. And typically, even with the Shavette, if I really feel the need, if I can't seem to get it with this, I'll just reach for my standby razor and catch this part real quick. And as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing wrong with it. It is your shave. I was watching Spencer's video, and interesting enough, I believe how you pronounce his last name is Frankel, and I was watching his video, and he was talking about how his hair grows, the pattern. And my youngest son, his name is Spencer also, but he's 13. But I thought it was pretty interesting because my 13-year-old was talking about, I guess you might say, a little surprised and maybe a little frustrated with the fact that his the pattern that his hair grows is a lot like mine. And the day that we were talking about it, my wife was, talking about it also, and had mentioned my eyebrows, and I started laughing, and she says, "Your eyebrows grow the same way." And I said, "Yeah," because they do. They don't all the hairs don't grow in the same direction. They have a tendency to go against each other in certain places. And because she was giving me a hard time one day about how bushy my eyebrows are. It's just a man thing as far as I'm concerned. Of course, she's with her eyebrows, she likes to pluck the silly things. I'm like, no, I'm not into that. Plucking and pulling is no. Brings back the nightmares of shaving with a cartridge, or for me, even the electric razor. It's either I was getting nicks, or it was yanking the hair out from the roots. It was just times it's just not comfortable. Yeah, I thought I got a little bit too much pressure right there. Got one spot back over here. Yeah, I think I'll finish out the week with the straight razor. right here. It happens. I mean, you know, until you shave with it on a regular basis, you're probably not going to be too terribly comfortable with it. It takes a moment to get the pressure and angle down where it works well for you. Got some witch hazel here. Like I said, I've got the my towel folded up here, and I've done this once before. Still not too sure how I feel about. I'm so used to having the water trickling. It works well for me to put it on a towel. It may take me a little while to get used to it, but I'll keep working at it. It's just a new routine with the straight razor, and I think I'll continue over with the Shavette about wiping it off on a towel. That way it kind of helps with getting used to it. Used to having the running water. Alright, we got some witch hazel here, and it's starting to get a little low. Debating on the next one, the next bottle of witch hazel. Thinking what I might do. I had made a comment in the video, and then I got a comment down below about how a scent with a witch hazel has a tendency not to stick around. So if that's the case, I've got some lilac that I might use and just continue on using it with all my shaves and see what my nose tells me. And that's, you know, a lot of times for me it's what I can smell, and if I can't smell it, I don't feel like it interferes with the aftershave or anything like that, as opposed to my overall experience of the shave. And it's what I'm in the mood for. Because you'll notice sometimes my soaps and aftershaves may not seem like they go together. And for me, that's just the mood I'm in. Because a lot of times they won't go together. I did, matter of fact, I think I put it up. At any rate, if you follow my blog, I have got the aftershave to go with Sundown that doesn't have alcohol in it. And interested in trying that one tomorrow. It's got witch hazel in it. That is one thing I like about this line, is for one, they come in glass, and I'm sure there's a personal preference for everybody, but anyway, that's what the restrictor looks like, if you're interested in knowing. I don't mind a big hole come pouring out, but I do understand if you've paid quite a bit of money for something and you're trying to make it stretch, that a small restrictor would be nice to have. I should say one of the things I do with my straight razors is I'll wipe this one down, and I've got some beard oil. I just put a very light coat on here, and I'll get it ready for tomorrow, but that's what I usually use on my straight razors. I think some may use mineral oil. To be honest with you, I don't see a problem with these razors. I can get a good shave with it, so that ought to tell you something. Everybody stay safe. It's very warm out there. I'm thankful I got a job inside most of the time nowadays, and smooth shaves to you till next time.